Gardner's multiple intelligences and fixed learning styles ignored linguistic, musical, logical mathematical, spatial, bodily kinesthetic, interpersonal, and intrapersonal. Typical surveys addressed to non-native learners of English treat learner types with the aim of determining how someone learns best. Gardner himself has explicitly rejected this conflation. Several problems are involved. To find questionnaire measuring interests, self-image, personality, and circumstances, such as enjoying sports, having many friends, or attending the cinema alone, are not a clear sign of learning effectiveness. Self-reported preference is treated as evidence of cognitive aptitude, and then as proof that matched instruction will improve outcomes. Labels such as the loner, the mover, and the word player encourage stereotyping and may narrow learners' expectations of themselves, when the reality is that we are generally all a mix. Plus, yes, most of us are visual learners anyway, and that can be backed by scientific research on cognition and how we interpret the world. The Canadian College of Educators, for instance, makes unsupported predictions such as linguistic learners memorizing names and dates, or interpersonal learners necessarily benefiting most from group work. Several quiz items admit more than one plausible answer. Building a model may be spatial and kinesthetic, while visual appears as an answer even though the stated category is spatial. Terminal assesses compliance with the classification rather than teachers' ability to observe, question, and respond to actual learning. Pashler and others found that learners certainly express preferences and differ in particular aptitudes, but found virtually no evidence that matching instruction to a presumed learning style improves outcomes. They therefore found no adequate basis for using learning style assessments in general educational practice. Typology surveys with a metacognitive strategy profile should incorporate prior knowledge, confidence, pace, and current obstacles. Which strategies already used are actually effective, analysis of which strategies prove to be effective for a particular task. Further testing. Course content designers and educators need to vary representation, interaction, retrieval, explanation, and practice according to the content, objective, and learner response, rather than assign individuals, students, to a certain box. Metacognitive awareness should enlarge the learner's strategic repertoire, not confine the learner to a label. It's not so much the schools who offer accredited courses for TEFL, TESOL, etc. that are to blame, as the indifference the institutions that waive such schools have when curricula presents bogus psychology in language learning environments, especially those which offer certification, in the way it is still being presented, despite research that says otherwise. If you find yourself in a school that promotes wrong information about how we acquire a second language, join my community of educators who are working towards redesigning ELT, including an evidence-based rationale, reflective activities, and revised trainer notes, proactive teacher observations. If you are a student teacher and come across questionable content such as these which charge tuition, inquire for an agreed reduction in tuition. Thanks for listening.